I recently tinkered with a version of Miracle that had Haunted Creeper and a South Sea Deckhand in it. And the Haunted Creeper was really great at breaking traps and carrying Cold Blood, but it doesn't draw a card, and that's obviously a really critical element of Miracle, and so a good choice for him. Nostam's response, now that he's down to potentially his last game, is to play Rogue, and it looks like it is not Miracle Rogue.
That's right. Nostam has had this deck up his sleeve. He's bringing Face Rogue around, a counter to these Hunters, which everyone here has generally been mumbling around, like trying to find a counter to. And Face Rogue's a good one.
Face Rogue is a good one, but you really want to have that curve of minions to start off.
Yeah, unfortunate that Nostam did not go a second because he did have that Defias.
Right, and in the grand scheme of things, this hand is actually very, very weak
As
far as aggro, rogue.
Right, I mean, this looks like
go.
a miracle from SnipedAgain's perspective so far. And that's not a good thing, to disguise your hand as a miracle hand when you're Face Rogue.
Now, when you're all in on an aggro plan, you want to just be revealing it right away and have your game plan be developed as quick as possible.
All right, so we're going to have to go with something like turn 3, 3-3. And not even.
So he decides to just suit up his dagger and play the deadly poison. I don't think that's necessarily wrong. If you were to just play a 3-3, there's a really good chance that it just gets destroyed immediately. I am surprised that he didn't hold on to the poison.
Right.
SnipedAgain doesn't play his novice, he just decides to fan.
Oh, and that decision not to hold on to poison is going to hurt him here because he has something that's great to combo with. And he already had the SI7 agent.
Yeah, so in the end, he lost 2 damage, even with known information.
Right.
Not considering what he actually drew. The novice comes out now, and so SnipedAgain picks up a Shadow Step. Now he has to decide how he wants to deal with a 3-3. The poison seems like a pretty good answer. If this were standard Miracle, it would be a little bit more so. Nostam is actually on the all-in damage plan, though. As soon as this Argent Squire and Defias come down, it's going to be, that's what's going on.
This is going to be a really big surprise to SnipedAgain, I think. That his opponent is actually a Face Rogue.
I really think it is. He's looked very much like Miracle up to this point, and it's been good for him in a way that...
No, it hasn't.
It's been good for SnipedAgain in a way that that it hasn't been revealed yet.
Yes.
The only thing it really had, he decided to attack with the 3-power dagger into the 3-3, but I think he had to do that anyways.
Yes. Right now, Nostam is deciding behind. He's considering Arcane Golem, apparently, I think. That's probably a bit too early. So Nostam has actually somehow now gotten a somewhat good hand. It's moved into the late game, and he's got the late game finishers.
Right, and SnipedAgain has a lot of damage himself, and he's deciding that he just wants to Cold Blood and attack, which he gets the conceal 1 card too late. I actually think that's a very, very reasonable decision. What's probably going to happen next turn is that 5-1 is going to get attacked and killed, and the Gadget Stand will get sapped. And Cold Blood is a really, really great pickup there, actually.
Wow, how much damage does Nostam have? He's got, with the Arcane Golem and the Shadow Step, that's 8. Cold Blood is 12.
12 plus 4 is 1 damage off lethal.
He's 1 damage off.
1 damage off lethal. So he just needs to hold off and make sure he doesn't die for a turn, and he'll have overkill next turn.
Right. As long as there's no Earthen Ring Farseers is typically the answer from the Miracle Rogue side.
Right. I think I would just take out the 5-1.
Yep.
Sap the Auctioneer.
Yep.
And just Cold Blood my 2-1, make it a 6-1. Maybe even play the Arcane Golem as well. I don't think the 1 mana is going to matter.
Well, considering that the Miracle Rogue typically doesn't run taunts, and he already faced a few of the stranger cards in this deck, which would be the Novice Engineer and the 2 Cold Bloods, I think he can deduce that there can't possibly be like a weird techie card such as Senjin or Sludge Belcher in here. He has decided to go with the Arcane Golem, which it's all right.
He's doing 1 less damage this turn, and he decides to Shadow Step his Arcane Golem, which is interesting. So now he has a more powerful cold-blooded minion at the cost of there being 1 less damage. If his opponent were able to deal with it very easily, then you know, you would have lost supposedly 1 damage, but it does make it more difficult to deal with. And Nostam has the win in hand if his opponent doesn't play a bunch of Earth Ring Farseers. We know that he doesn't have any in play. Here's the reason why he Shadow Stepped right there, was to play around Lotheb.
Ah,
very, very good play. He would have been able to kill him with just the dagger, but in case his opponent played Earthen Ring Farseer plus Lotheb somehow, I guess maybe you can't do that, but that is why he picked it up. Very, very sharp. And he takes down a win.